guys, my name is Chloe. If you're new to my channel, like Kevin, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chloe, and I'm just going to get into today's president because a lot happened, so I'm going to be talking kind of fast, so I hope you can keep up. So, our 21st president was Chester A. Arthur. He served from 1881 to 1885, and he did not have a vice president because he took over after, what was it, Cleveland? Garfield. James Garfield died. So, March 4th, some of this is kind of a repeat from yesterday's video. March 4th, 1881, Arthur becomes vice president. September 19th, 1881, James Garfield dies, so Chester A. Arthur becomes the 21st president. September 20th, 1881, Arthur becomes president, so he's sworn in, so he's officially the president now. September 22nd, 1881, Arthur is inaugurated, so Arthur formally takes the oath of office. November 14th, 1881, Gittiu trial begins. He's the guy that shot and killed Cleveland, or Garfield. I keep getting the names wrong. He will be convicted on January 25th of 1882, and he was executed on June 30th, 1882 by hanging. So a lot of this, like I said, is a repeat from Garfield. December 15th, 1881, the Secretary of State resigns. James G. Blaine he resigned due to political differences with Chester Arthur. February 28th, 1882, Congress ties representatives to the census. So the Congress passes a bill mandating the use of a census determining Congress representation. It increases the number of representatives in the Congress to 325. March 4th, 1882, the Star Route scandal. If you remember, I talked about that in Garfield's as well. 9 men were indicted for defrauding the government postal system. Trial started June 1st. March 16th, 1882, the Geneva Convention was ratified. The Senate ratifies the Convention of 1864. And it was for the care of wounded war personnel. March 22nd, 1882, Edmunds Act passes. Congress passes it. It excludes bigamists and polygamists from voting and holding office. It establishes the Utah Commission, a 5-man Utah Commission, to supervise voting in the territory of Utah. Because if you're familiar with the Mormon faith, they used to allow the husbands to have more than one wife. So that's what that's all about. The same day, Chinese Exclusion Act was vetoed. Would have banned immigration of Chinese laborers for 20 years. They were denied American citizenship to the current Chinese residents, and this angers labor groups. Can't talk today. I say that a lot too, don't I? May 6th, 1882, the China Exclusion Act revised. Didn't spell that right. The Chinese Exclusion Act is revised. It reduces the period of non-immigrants to 10 years rather than 20, but the ban on citizenship stays the same. May 15th, 1882, Arthur appoints the Tariff Commission. Eventually, he recommends tariff reductions, or the Tariff Commission recommends tariff reductions. May 22nd, 1882, U.S. recognizes Korean independence. Their future was uncertain, however, due to Chinese, Russian, and Japanese manipulations. July 1st, 1882, the Steamboat Safety Bill was vetoed. It was the Carriage of Passengers at Sea bill. Contains several major technical errors. August 1st, 1882, the River and Harbor Act is vetoed. It was a pork barrel piece of legislation Arthur claimed only benefited particular loyalties. Congress overrides it and passes it the next day. Same day, physician keeps the president's disease a secret. So Brody Herndon writes in his private diary, "The president is sick in body and soul." He was Arthur was diagnosed. Arthur was diagnosed with Bright's disease, which is a fatal kidney ailment. His health deteriorates quickly, but the public is kept in the dark. September 11th, 1882, the Star Route trial concludes. Of the 9 accused, 2 minor defendants were found guilty. However, a jury foreman charges that a government agent attempted to bribe him, so the judge asked for a retrial, which begins December 7th of 1882. November 7th, 1882, the midterm elections. Democrats gain 50 House seats, giving them 197 to 118 majority. In the Senate, the Republicans take 1 seat and gain 38 to 36 majority. January 16th, 1883, the Civil Service Reform Act. Congress passes it. It's called the Pendleton Civil Service Reform Act. It establishes a 3-man civil service commission, and it specifies rules for filling federal government positions to the merit system. Also the same day, a lot happened on January 16th. Arthur increases the naval funds for the first naval steel vessels, and the Mongrel Tariff Act passes. It reduces rates on various items by less than 2%. However, Arthur lobbied Congress for a 20 to 25% cut on all items. May 24th, 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge opens, and it was attended by by President Arthur and New York Governor Grover Cleveland. June 14th, 1883, the second Star Route case concludes. All 9 defendants are found to be not guilty. September 18th, 1883, the Korean ambassador, visits in New York. Excuse me, I've got something in my throat. Too much talking. The Korean ambassador visits, and it takes place in New York. October 29th, 1883, the U.S.-Luxembourg Treaty. It was an extradition treaty in New York. December 21st, 1883, Arthur celebrates Washington. Observes the 100th anniversary of General George Washington returning his commission as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Congress. I was chosen for the Continental... No, I'm sorry. Wrong one. Sorry. Sorry, Silver Mist. Wrong one. March 13th, 1884, the Standard Time was established. March 26th, 1884, Arthur requests funds for the Navy for reconstruction work. May 13th, 1884, the test oath is repealed. Congress passes it. It was from the 1862 test oath, which states that office holders swear they never engaged in illegal or disloyal conduct. I'm going to sneeze again. I hate that. Happens every winter. I sneeze more than I do in the summer. May 17th, 1884, the Alaskan Government Act passes. Okay, so that was one thing. And then the Republican National Convention nominates James G. Blaine. They again meet in Chicago. That seems to be their meeting place. James G. Blaine was a former Secretary of State, and he defeats Arthur in the nomination. John A. Logan was nominated as Vice President. June 27th, 1884, the Bureau of Labor was established. It was created within the Department of the Interior. The Independent Department of Labor was not created until 1913. July 1st, 1884, a proclamation against settlement in Oklahoma. Warns people not to settle on Oklahoma lands. Don't know why. July 4th, 1884, the Statue of Liberty was presented. I didn't realize this. The ceremony was actually held in Paris. July 11th, 1884, the Democratic National Convention nominates Grover Cleveland. They also meet in Chicago, and their vice president nominee is Thomas A. Hendricks. November 4th, 1884, Cleveland defeats Blaine. November 12th, 1884, U.S.-Mexican Convention, Mexico Convention. It was over the shared territorial boundary. February 21st, 1885, Washington Monument was dedicated. This is something I put in. Eliza Schuyler raised the funds to build it. And Eliza Schuyler was married to Alexander Hamilton. February 25th, 1885, the public land fencing prohibited. Congress passes it, and it was prohibited in the West. February 26, 1885, the contract labor law passes. Congress passes, and it was also known as the Foran Act, F-O-R-A-N. Virtually outlaws alien contract labor, and it was designed to ban companies from importing immigrant workers to break strikes and drive down wages. March 4th, 1885, Grover Cleveland is inaugurated. Now, I don't know if I have said this in any of my previous presidential highlight videos, but I did look it up, and actually I think I did. But just to reiterate, for those of you that are coming on new that haven't watched some of my older ones, you know now that we do the inaugurations on January 20th. That changed when FDR was in office, and it happened after World War II and the bombing of Hiroshima, however you pronounce it, that it was, the inauguration day was changed from March 4th to January 20th. So ever since then, we have changed that. So what I have done is, I was kind of curious because when I looked forward to see how much Grover Cleveland had done in his time, his is going to be 2 videos as well, part 1, part 2. Because he had 60 things that happened during his 4 years in, his 4 years in office. And his vice president passed away or died while Cleveland was in office. So I wanted to know why. All it said was that he died. So I went in and looked it up, and under his picture in Wikipedia, there was a picture of him on early money from America. So I looked up a video, and I've linked that video below, which is really very interesting about how our money first started back in 1776 all the way through till today. So I've linked the video down below. So if you're interested in learning about, the money and how it, the history of the U.S. money, paper money, you're more than welcome to watch that video because I found it very interesting. It's only like a 6-minute video or something like that. So it was really interesting. So tomorrow, as you can see, I'm in a different location. Dog is home. He's watching a TV show out in the living room, so I had to come in here. So I'm in my room. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about our 22nd president, which was Grover Cleveland. What I'd like you guys to do is comment on the videos, even going back to the, comment on each video, and let me know what you've learned from each president that you didn't know before, or that something that you find fascinating. Silver Mist, you are excluded from that because you have been still Silver Mist / Star Shadow. You're excluded from that because you have been commenting on every single video, so I appreciate that. John, thank you for commenting. Yay! Got more people commenting. I'm so happy. And I'm sorry I missed you yesterday. I did go into your place of work and didn't see you there. But I saw Danny, so that was awesome. So come back tomorrow for Grover Cleveland. I know we're coming up to a president that had done 2 terms, but there was a president in between, and I'm sure, Star Shadow, you're going to tell me which one it was. But, I can look it up on my paper, too. It's just right now, I just can't think of which president it is, so whatever. So come back tomorrow for Grover Cleveland, and you guys have a sunny day. Stay safe, please. This country is in turmoil. So please stay safe, be vigilant, pray, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a sunny day. Class dismissed.